What is up, YouTube? It is Crazy Games here.
Gooey started out as a joke about unneeded sequels, and I had started development on Gooey 2.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm talking about that in the dev blog.
Oh yeah.
So watch that. I've been thinking about this so long, like the qualifications of how they have children.
Welcome to today's video. We have a special video today. We are doing a direct interview with the game developer of the Gooey franchise, B1T. I have got a few questions for this interview, and if you have any questions that did not make it into the video, you can leave it in the comments, and he'll probably get back to you.
I will be responding to every comment if I find them.
Yeah. I don't get many comments, so I don't think that's a big thing.
I'll check in every couple days.
Okay. I don't think it will last. I don't think I'll get too many comments, but I'll let you know if I do.
Yeah.
Alright. So I have 3 categories of questions. We have game choice questions, which is just asking about certain choices he made in the game development. Pretty straightforward. We have lore questions, which are more weird questions that either I thought of or some other people thought of to ask about the story. And we have questions other have asked, which is pretty straightforward, just questions that I didn't think of myself. So, first question. What do you think your biggest inspiration for the series was?
My biggest inspiration for the whole series? The first game wasn't really based on much. There were bits of it that were inspired by story elements of Undertale, which, if you found the secret ending, you might be able to pick up on some of them. But overall, the first game doesn't have much inspired from games I like or anything like that. It was just like a test game to really get better at game development. Although I guess I could say an inspiration, like general, is just my friends, because the whole joke, Gooey started out as a joke from like a random class I had, and then I expanded upon it one random night in October and started development on it. So I guess that would be an inspiration. That's like how all of it started. The second game is much more obvious and inspired by something else, which is One Shot. A lot of the story stuff I kind of just took straight from that. Not purposely though, because it was a dream. So subconsciously I copied stuff from One Shot and did my twist on it. Like in One Shot, spoilers, you tell Nico in the Solstice ending that he's a video game character in a game, pretty much. Just the idea of a computer sort of entity making you, well, in One Shot they're not making you do anything bad, but having a character that's like a computer entity that you interact with throughout the game, that was taken, inspired. And then like being able to talk to the main character since you're separate from them, that was another inspiration. And then obviously everything I do is inspired by Undertale and Deltarune, so you gotta count those as well.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it for inspiration.
You said the secret ending of the first game was inspired by Undertale. What part of it?
Gaster.
Gaster?
Just everything with Gaster, because that's what Deltarune was based on. I remember it started because another thing that came from an inside joke. We were doing an assignment, and one of the fake names was Del something, and it made me think of Dill Pickle. So then I just said Del Pickle, and the people around me thought it was funny. So I said that it would be the main antagonist of the first Gooey game, and then I changed my mind and scrapped it. But I kept it as like an Easter egg, which is kind of just how the story goes for him in the first game. That's where I got that from. But yeah, Del Pickle started as just like a kind of parody on Gaster. And then, at first it wasn't really anything, it was just like a secret room you could get. But I was talking to you one night on TikTok, and I don't remember what it was, but you said something that made me want to write out a bunch of story for him and like a second ending. And this was like a week before the game was done releasing, so I just really made that quickly,
Yeah.
and then it became one of my favorite parts about it.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So most of the story was actually kind of inspired by what actually happened then,
Yeah.
because you scrapped them and then
Yeah.
decided to add them last minute. That's cool.
I scrapped them, and then pretty much, because you kind of learn about the story through those notes,
Mhm.
and everything up until he's scrapped is like based in what actually happened,
Mhm.
and then the next stuff with him, like, you know, doing whatever,
Mhm.
that is kind of what I added on top of
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't know what's with the character though. I found his ending first, and then he basically corrupted every file. So
Yeah,
there's something with it.
you're the only person to have found that naturally and on the first try.
It was almost like in Mario, you can find secret entrances to the
Yeah.
tunnels just by phasing through the ground and stuff. So I saw the texture not lining up, and I was like, there
Yeah.
has to be something here.
I thought I made it really obvious with like the color change on
Yeah.
that little bit, but then playing through it, nobody really caught on to it.
Yeah.
And so I had to tell them where it was.
I thought it was really obvious as
It
well.
is. It's just like a whole 2 shades darker
It really is.
than everything else.
The only thing that made me think that some people wouldn't get to it is it's kind of difficult to line up the jumps to get to the place, but
Yeah.
once you realize you can jump on it while you're still holding onto the block, it's pretty simple.
Yeah. That was unintentional. I didn't mean for that to be a thing.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, those boxes took me so long. I had to redo them multiple times because I couldn't get it to work.
Mhm.
And you're not supposed to be able to drag them while you're on top of them. But by the time I figured out you could do that, I'm like, okay, I'm not messing with this anymore, and it's a speedrun tactic, so I'm keeping it.
Yeah. I had a feeling it wasn't intended because there's no carry on, so you can't like hold on a box and go to a different location and still have the box.
Yeah, and I also spent so long trying to make it so that you couldn't put them in walls.
Mhm.
I tried to make it so that it would boost in the opposite direction to put it back in the where it's supposed to be, but it would only go up.
Oh.
So you could put it in the ceiling and then it would go out of the map. And so I deleted that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What was your original intended way for you to get into that wall then? Because the only way I could find was holding onto the box and jumping on it.
So you get 4 boxes in that part, I'm pretty sure. It's either 4 or 5. And there's like the wall here, the wall like here, kind of, that you have to get on top of. You're supposed to stack like all 4 boxes on top of each other and kind of in the middle, so that you can either jump left or right to get up there, and then you can go to the left to get it that way.
Okay.
Although you can't jump 4 boxes high, so you have to kind of make it like a slight staircase, or just get up to the right and then restack them and go to the left.
Yeah.
So that's the intended way.
Okay, that makes sense. The only way I could find out was the way that was not intended, so.
Yeah, there were a couple things like that in the video.
Yeah.
Which I didn't even know you could do. But
yeah, I realized with the spikes at least, the ones that you're meant to turn off, it's not in the actual video, but when I went back to replay it so I could get the real ending, I had to actually turn the spikes off because I did the jump like 3 times and it didn't work. And so I clicked the button just randomly and turned off the spikes. I said, and in the actual recording, I actually say out loud, how did I forget to do this? And then I realized I didn't actually do it the first time, so
yeah.
That's probably why.
And then also, like, there's one part where you get like 3 boxes, maybe 4, but you have to climb up and then bring the other 3, and then there's spikes, so you have to stack them and to make the jump jumpable, basically. And you did the thing where you put them inside of each other and then put them in the wall, which I never thought of doing it that way.
Yeah.
But I was watching it, I'm like, I feel like that's more difficult than doing it the intended way.
I didn't even think of the intended way.
Yeah.
I just realized that you can put the boxes inside each other, and I immediately thought it was intended and to make a bridge.
Yeah.
So.
It might, I mean, like game design perspective, it might make sense though, because like the entire game you're taught, not the boxes, the spikes are bad, don't interact with them. And so then you have to put the boxes on the spikes. And so maybe it's like, okay, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. That could have been what I was thinking. I don't really know. all I knew is that I could put the boxes in each other, and it worked. So
Yeah.
I just made a bridge.
It's more fun to watch if you do it the unintended way.
Okay, so who made the art in the games?
The first game, all of the environment sprites are not done by me. I found them on itch.io. But the GUI sprites I did, the platforms I did. I really didn't do much for the sprites in the first game. And then, but for the second game, I really wanted to do all the art myself. And so, the only art that's not done by me in GUI 2 is, you know, like the sandstorm textures, like the overlay. I did not do that. The snow overlay, I did not do that. And then there's also like a slight effect in a couple parts where there's like shine. I did not make that. But everything else, I think, is mine.
Yeah. So you redrew the spike then in the second game?
Oh yeah, the spike I did as well in the first game.
Oh, so you did the spikes for some too. Okay, that's cool.
I did redraw them. I redid all the textures.
Oh,
from the first game.
None of the textures were taken directly from the first game and moved into the second one?
Not in the final version, but when I first was doing things, I just copied them over and upscaled them to fit.
Yeah.
So that I could like see better what it was without having to, you know, just as placeholders.
That's cool. They were so close to each other, like texture-wise, that the only thing I could tell was different, art-wise, would have been Gooey because of his animation.
Yeah.
Other than that, I thought they were directly taken from game to game. That's cool.
Yeah. I think the spikes are kind of hard to tell that it's not just upscaled, unless you're like comparing it side by side.
Yeah.
But then I think the GUI sprites and like the red and blue blocks, I think those textures are pretty, like you can see the improvement.
Yeah. You probably could. I'll have to go check that out or something.
Yeah, it's not something you really look at closely.
Yeah. At the end of this video, or even now as we're talking, there'll probably be a pop-up of like the side-by-side. I'll try to figure out how to do that.
I could send you the textures.
Okay.
Like just straight up.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Okay, because
Just tell me what you need and I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll put them side-by-side so that watching the video they can see the changes and all that.
Yeah.
Because that's cool. Who made the music in games?
In the first game, I think all the music was taken from... It starts with a P. I don't know the website name, but it has like free music and free sound effects. I use it for sound effects all the time.
Yeah.
And then music as well. So that's where I got the music there. In the second game, so, probably like half of it is taken from that same website.
Yeah.
Except for like halfway through development, I found this YouTube channel called Wormtunes, and so that's where all the good music comes from.
Okay.
Like the stuff that doesn't sound corporate, it's from there. It's from Wormtunes. And then there's like one. It barely counts as a song, really. But like the little tune before the Del Pickle boss fight. That's like the first thing I made for the game.
Oh yeah.
I remember sending it to people when I finished it, being like, "Oh, maybe I'll use this in a future game. Who knows?" But yeah, I made that in like April, right after the stream.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
It reminds me, we were out walking here or something, and we were talking about, it was like shortly after the dream is what you told me. We were talking about how, I think I was complaining about how movies or games are making unnecessary sequels, and you said that you were not going to make another Gooey sequel unless it absolutely was like something that was good. And you told me that you were actually already making a Gooey sequel.
Did I tell you?
Yeah, you told me, like not then, you didn't tell me it then, but after I played the game, you reminded me like that night, like, yeah, I remember when we were walking, and you said that apparently you were already making the Gooey sequel when I was talking about how sequels aren't usually needed.
We were talking about unneeded sequels when I had started development on Gooey too.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Yeah. I said that so many times when people would ask me, "Oh, what game are you making next?" I'm like, I can't say, you know. and then they'd be like, "Is it a sequel to Gooey?" And I'm like, "No." Well, I never said no.
Yeah.
Because that'd be lying. But I'm like, I just kept reiterating the same sentence, which is, I'm not going to make a Gooey sequel unless I have something to redo and improve on.
Yeah. And we talk like almost every day about like games or stuff like that. So the fact that you're working on so many other games,
Yeah.
I was almost certain that one of those other games tied into this game somehow. Because
Yeah.
I remember you telling me, like, at certain times you wouldn't even tell me it was a part of the game that you couldn't mention, but you tell me a little detail about a game, and I was like, oh, this would line up with this game.
Yeah.
So I thought for sure you had a robbery game at one point, and you were telling me some stuff about level design, like being really hard, and I was thinking about how that lined up with the robbery game. Like, you threw me off the track so many times.
Yeah, which that was about Gooey too, because I got into it. Actually, I'm talking about that in the devlog.
Oh yeah.
So watch that.
Either the video will be out,
Yeah.
it'll be linked in the description, or his channel will be linked in the description. Go watch that.
It will not be out by the time this is posted.
Okay.
But yeah, that's coming soon.
Okay.
I remember as well, like a few months ago, I just straight up told you a couple people die
Yeah.
in the game, and it's like, looking back, I shouldn't have said that, but because I didn't think like it's gonna be announced as Gooey 2, you're gonna remember that and be like, what is about to happen?
Yeah.
But it didn't end up fine. I forget what else I told you, but I told you a lot.
Yeah.
Then.
And that might have subconsciously altered the fact that when I played the first game, like all the way through, at the end, I was so convinced Callie, the Gooey's wife, was gonna die.
Yeah.
And also I saw the photo, and that just further cemented it. There are different shades of red, but I thought for sure that was Callie being red.
Yeah, I love that clip so much. Yeah.
It was kind of funny because when I was struggling with the files to try to edit it and put it in the video, that was one part that I really wanted in the end of the video.
Yeah.
And at one point, I had every part of the actual gameplay except the end wrap-up part. And I was almost going to just post that. But then I decided that, actually I figured out that I could upload the full thing, and that was just a lot better. But I was really wanting that clip because that was probably the best clip when I was recording it.
That reminds me of another thing. On TikTok, we were messaging about your tech troubles with the first video,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I think I said, like, hopefully Delpickle doesn't do it with the Gooey 2 video. I was smiling so much when I sent that, because I knew, like, he's gonna return.
Yeah.
Now he surely, like, objectively cannot mess with you in the future because of certain things that happen in the game.
Yeah, which if you haven't seen the gameplay footage or you haven't played the game yourself, the links for both will be in this video.
Many spoilers.
Yeah, you should have known by now. You made it this far. There's definitely spoilers.
There's a couple.
Just a little bit. But yeah, it was kind of funny because another thing I said was, I hope Delpickle doesn't jump scare me in this game coming up. And the original booting up, when he started text typing, the sound was so loud it actually jump scared me. And you told me that that was cut up from his jump scare sound, which is why it's so much louder than everything else.
Yeah. Well, it's also because all of the text flip sounds are like not the same audio like frequency. And so when I was initially adding the dialogue system, I got the sound for like the default text flip, and then it wasn't loud enough. So I went into the code and made it to where the sound plays at double volume, and then that's why it's so loud for the other ones.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I remember that.
Minor oversight.
Yeah, because you sent me a keybind, so it would mute some of the audio, like make it a little bit quieter. And so I thought for sure that there wasn't going to be anything too loud. And when Gooey died in the second game, the scream wasn't deafening. So I thought for sure everything was fixed until it made it to that scene where Delpickle was just screaming at me.
Yeah, I think in the first game I have the death sound play at 4x volume, and then I changed it to 2 for Gooey 2. But yeah, that keybind, it only changes the audio of the music.
So I didn't know that part. Okay.
Yeah, I was too lazy to do the other stuff. I would have had to spend like another hour.
Yeah.
Well, not another hour, it took like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But it would have taken an hour if I did all the sound effects as well.
That explains why it was so much louder than everything else.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. Another question I have, this one's related more towards I played your game and my sister played your game. And I'm almost certain that during the boss fight, we both ended at like 1 HP or something similar to that.
Yeah.
So my question is, can you lose the boss fight?
Yes, but if you do, you're trying to.
Okay.
When my sibling tested the game for the first time, I didn't have like the HP balanced very well, so you like actually couldn't die.
Yeah.
It was impossible. Because originally each attack did 2 hit points, and then I changed it to 5, I think.
Yeah.
But now you're able to die.
Okay.
So you are able to die. It just resets. I think it just. I wanted to make it reset to like the intro, but I couldn't figure out how to do that without making the game crash.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it did. It shouldn't. But so I just made it reset where the attacks start spawning. But it is possible to die.
Okay. Yeah. That actually answered the second question I had, because when you go into the second stage where you're about to have the boss battle, you said, at least it's a pop-up that says, continue if you want a happy ending, but it's not guaranteed. So I was going to ask if losing the boss battle just basically made it to where the happy ending didn't exist, but if it just restarts the boss battle, that makes sense.
That would have been cool.
That's what I was thinking, because when
it also would have been really, really punishing.
Really, yeah.
One thing I kind of wanted to do, taking more inspiration for that boss fight from the Omega Flowey fight in Undertale, is in that one how it works is there's kind of the same thing where you can see your health at the bottom. How it works with that one is it will always look like you have like 2 hit points left, but you don't. You're usually like halfway, because the health bar just lies to you. I wanted to do that, but I didn't want to spend time making it, so I didn't.
Yeah.
Would have been cool though. Either way, you end the boss fight on like no health.
Yeah, because at first I thought I just survived the boss battle out of pure luck because I had so little health and I was getting hit by almost everything.
Yeah.
And then when my sister, who doesn't really play video games that much, somehow survived the boss battle as well, that made me a little bit more confused. But it makes sense.
I wasn't sure how difficult it would be for other people, because for me, it's like, I really like doing the boss fight.
Yeah.
My favorite attack is the bullets, because it's kind of unfair with the RNG sometimes. But it is possible, like, if they're lined up in all 3 rows, to jump in between 2 of them.
Oh.
You just have to time your jump really well and not hold on to the jump button longer than you should.
Yeah.
But it's so satisfying to do it.
Yeah. I remember every time the bullet got shot, I would get hit by it. Even if I'm not in the same column, somehow I would accidentally fall into the column where the bullet's coming. It was just so unfair. But I thought that was kind of fun. Okay. We've already kind of touched upon this question here. It's less of just a Gooey thing and more of a game like thing in general. The question is, did you have or do you have any games or scrapped projects that you did not go completely through with?
A couple. I wanted to do something before Gooey 2, because before that I did a level editor for the first game. And so the first idea I had was a game where you would have to keep your home safe from robbers, and there would be a single player mode and an online multiplayer mode, which I thought would be really fun. Eventually I might want to come back to the idea with like a different game engine, but Game Maker's just not built for it yet. So there's that one. And then I also had an idea. I didn't really have much of the gameplay started yet, or any of it. But I planned for like a story that I started on, which I still might finish. But I never got to making the game part of it, just planning the story.
Yeah.
I felt like maybe it took too much inspiration from another story I like, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna, if I do continue on it, it's gonna be much different than what it is now. And then, I guess it doesn't really fit with the question, but for right now after Gooey 2, I have like 3 or 4 ideas. I think 2 of them are just gameplay focused, and then I have like a story that I need to lengthen out because I just have like a general idea for it right now.
Yeah.
But luckily, I have ideas to go to next
That's good.
that are not Gooey 3D because usually it's like I get close to finishing a game and I have no idea where I'm going next.
Yeah. And you touched upon how originally in the game, Gooey won. Del Pickle was going to be like the main antagonist. Did you have any concept for like how the story or how he would be fit into it before you just scrapped it entirely?
Before Del Pickle was going to be the boss fight, I planned for it to be evil Microsoft Word, which is a whole thing, a whole joke within a couple of my friends that I don't even have time to go into. But so the whole third area because I always knew it was going to be the grassy place and then the clouds.
Yeah.
Originally, I planned for the clouds to be the end, and my idea is that you would go to the clouds and then meet me, the creator. I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, that's
but
you're just God in that universe.
Pretty much. I think I still have it written down in my notebook somewhere. Maybe I'll send you a picture of it to put in the video. But yeah, that was the plan, and then I decided no, that's just weird. and so I wanted to do a third area. And then the third area was just going to be evil Microsoft Word with a boss fight at the end. And then it changed to Del Pickle. And then no boss fight.
Yeah.
I didn't really have any plans though for how it was going to play out. I just knew I wanted to have a pickle guy that's evil.
Yeah. That's interesting. I knew about the Microsoft Word one before this, and I kind of remember stuff about Del Pickle, but I did not know the original intention.
I've never told anyone that.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I've tried to show my friend, like in my notebook, but they were busy.
Yeah, that's really funny. The game would be so different.
It would. It'd be so much shorter.
Yeah.
Because
giving out an entire section.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got out of a lot of the game choice questions, except for some at the end that other people have asked. We are now into lore questions. So,
the fun part.
Yeah, this one I wrote as mostly of jokes, just because there's really no reason for you to even thought of why to explain this, but I was thinking about it and I thought it would be kind of funny. So the first question is, if Goolings are the only species on their planet, what do they eat? Because there was a hot dog stand. What could that possibly be made out of?
I never thought about that. I never thought about the hot dog stand. It was just a joke. What would they eat? I feel like they don't like, because you can see through them. And they have no body part, like intestines and stuff. So I feel like they just don't eat. And but then the hot dogs, it's like there's stuff they can eat and like put in their body, but it's just like for fun.
Just for fun, that's terrible.
That sounds really bad.
It really does.
Like just for like.
So you've heard it. Gooey only has hot dogs for fun.
Yeah, just for the taste.
Don't even know what that'd be made out of.
Yeah,
terrible.
I don't know what the hot dogs would be made out of. Not animals.
Yeah.
Because they are the. Well, I guess there's pickles as well.
Yeah.
Like humanoid pickles.
Even though
just
that
one of them
wasn't really meant to exist.
Yeah.
Because you make it pretty clear.
This can kind of get into like the meta narrative stuff where it's like, I guess to give an actual answer, maybe the hot dogs are made of like the goo stuff, the non-sentient goo stuff that you like swim through.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it like helps them contain more goo and like grow big and strong.
Yeah, that's how they grow.
Like when they're first born, they're real little and like swoosh down.
Yeah. And then there was another half joke that I made in the video, but it would lean more into this. How do Goolings age? Because Gooey said that I think it was 1 month old or 4 month old Goo was the youngest to ever live. So did they not just start at 0?
The guy that was 1 month old.
Yeah.
I didn't think much about like having the age be 1 month. It's just a reference to like a dumb TikTok thing from a couple years ago. Realistically, I think just to give more context to that interaction, it's the youngest Gooling he's seen.
Okay.
Because like the youngest would start at 0.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this so long, like the qualifications of how they have children.
Wait a minute. Wait a second.
Like, just because it's like...
There might be an X-rated goo game, I hear.
No. Do you want me to go into that?
No, I really don't.
No, it's not. They like, what's the word? Like asexual reproduction?
Okay, that?
Kind of.
Yeah. Like how plants reproduce?
It does take two people, but it's not like romantic, you know?
It's even worse. They don't love each other.
If I explain it, it will make sense.
You can explain it. We have all the time.
Like, so it does take two of them,
Mm-hmm.
but they just take like a little bit of goo out of themselves, and like both of them do, and they combine it, and then it kind of becomes like an egg sort of thing, until it continues to grow and become its own thing,
Yeah.
like another life form. So, yeah, not weird.
Yeah, sure.
It is.
It sounds like surgery. They're like doing their own surgery to have a
Kinda.
kid.
And like the reason it takes two is because if they try to get all the goo necessary from just themselves, they like die. Because then they don't have enough goo to live.
They could just eat more hot dogs.
Maybe.
Okay.
What else was there? Yeah, that's all. That also means that it doesn't like two guy gooeys can have children.
Yeah.
So
Which you touched upon in the comments of the my gameplay video of how those two gooeys that were proposing to each other were both guys.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
maybe if there's a gooey tree, they'll spawn a kid, and we'll get to see it.
I see.
Not the act of it.
I
Just
really
like,
hope so.
We'll get to see the child itself.
There's gonna be a boss battle where you have to do the surgery yourself. It's terrible.
Yeah. Which, like, they don't have hands, so I don't know how they'd really do that.
Yeah, there's so many
They can
questions.
shapeshift, they just give themselves hands for like a sling moment.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That means the goo you swim in could have been like an unborn kid. That's
Oh,
terrible.
like an abortion?
Yeah. That's so bad.
No. It's not that, it's the unsentient goo I was talking about.
Oh, the hot dogs.
With the hot
They're
dogs.
swimming in hot dogs. It's so much
Pretty
better.
much.
It's so much better. It's terrible. And like the weather doesn't affect you at all when you're in that goo, which is even weirder. 'Cause
Yeah.
it just doesn't get affected.
It's because you like get stuck in it, like sticky in it.
So bad. I think it's getting worse.
Yeah,
I think we should move on.
probably.
So what games are actually canon to the GUI timeline?
The first and second one, and then the third one's just for fun. Not the
Yeah.
third one, the level editor.
Mhm.
It's just for fun.
Yeah. So GUI is not a sentient level editor. So the endless amount of devs that have it. Wait. you said. Huh?
Like it's not the level editor isn't canon, but it still has like the same rules.
That's terrible because I remember specifically you've shown me clips of you
Yeah.
setting up the endless death of him just falling endlessly
Yeah.
and looping over and over again.
When I was making the level editor, because the whole like them being sentient and you being separate from GUI, that's been a thing since the first game.
Okay.
I just never, it didn't matter to say in the first game. But yeah, I didn't think about that fact
Yeah.
making the level editor.
Just endless amount of deaths for GUI. So
Yeah.
every single one of those. That's terrible.
Like it's the level editor is like an alternate,
GUI.
yeah, like an alternate purgatory universe for GUI, where he's just like put through torture and like really difficult levels for the rest of the time.
That's terrible. That's probably where he went when he deleted his files for like all of it.
That's canon now. I like that. Except now, because like
Yeah, he gets
so
completely
he's
deleted.
just gone.
Yeah.
But make fan fiction about that, I guess.
Fan fiction.
No, fan fiction isn't like, I know it has like a bad rap, but it's not like all sexual.
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking that at first. I was
Yeah.
just thinking like fan fiction of GUI is so weird. But he's sentient in the game. So would he be sentient in the stories as well? And then how would that work?
I don't know.
I didn't
That's up to them.
Yeah,
It's,
no,
it's
sure.
fan fiction.
Sure.
They can change whatever. Well, I don't want to give them that much.
Yeah. You know, if the game gets popular enough, there'll be its own subreddit called GUI fanfic.
Yeah. And I'll have to read all of it.
Yeah. That would be its own video in the future.
If anyone makes GUI fan fiction, like a fan story or something, and it's like good, not like good as in like, I don't know. Like I mean good as in like morally it's good. I will read it and like it and do something else.
Do
like
something.
share it somewhere.
Yeah.
If anyone does that, let me know.
Yeah, that's good. I know IBIS Paint has things you can do where you can make your own comics and
Yeah.
fanfics and all of that. So that's definitely a free app if anyone wanted to do it and doesn't have like professional tools.
Yeah.
And then I don't know where they share it at, but yeah, that would be cool.
I don't really have any places to message me.
They could tag you on TikTok.
Maybe.
Alright, so we've already answered this question, kind of, but I'll say it anyway. See if there's any more you have to touch upon it. There's the goo. Each gooling is made out of mean anything. So when I wrote this question, the original intent was like every gooling has a different color, per se. Like Gooey's green, Callie is pink, I think. And there was a one-off line where the red guy said, I didn't choose to be red. So does the goo that each of them are made out of have any like significance to like their character or who they are?
I mean, when I was making them, I just made Gooey green because when you think of slime, you think like green and stuff. And then I'll be completely honest, I was falling into stereotypes making Gooey's white. When I made Kelly, I'm just like, okay, copy Gooey's sprites and then just make her pink. But like within like the actual story, I don't think the colors have any meaning. Other than like those weird red guys that are like kind of zombie-like. They're all red. Really not sure what those guys are about. I think I had a story in mind for them, but I forgot it. Yeah. Because it wasn't in the game. But yeah, the color doesn't really matter. When I was writing that dialogue, what I thought of for like him saying he didn't choose to be red is like you don't get to choose really like your race or any of that sort of thing. Yeah. So I was thinking like that because it brings up a good question though, of like how do they get their color chosen? I thought about it kind of. This goes back to something we might not want to go back to.
Okay.
But, how they carry on the lineage. Yeah. But either it's just random, or it's like, because you know how when you mix paint, it like creates a new color. Yeah. Maybe it's like that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah. But... And then if two green ones reproduce, I guess. It feels wrong to say that with how they do it, but I guess that's the word.
Yeah, that'd be the only word, I think.
Yeah, when two green ones reproduce, it's just green. Yeah. And then, like, you know, stuff like that. So I guess that's how it works.
Yeah. That makes sense. Because that was one of the original things. Well, after you told me the whole story about the surgery, as we call it. Yeah, the surgery. I thought for sure, like, that would be how the colors came to be. And then how the colors originated would be interesting as well, but yeah, that makes sense. And then with the red guys, at least headcanon-wise, I thought for sure they were only created because of Del Pickle messing with the files, and so he just brought some of them back in like that list format.
I think that's a cool theory, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of theories that could be made with that.
Yeah, I just need to make that guy because of like the gameplay thing, but yeah. I mean, we can say that like it's a creation of Del Pickle, especially since like the like retextured versions of them show up in the boss fight. I'm thinking about it now. That's canon. Okay. Those are creations by Del Pickle, and that's why because in the game it says they show up recently. So and they just started like coming out of the ground. Yeah. So yeah, that's canon. Okay.
Okay, this is kind of funny. I should have removed this question by now, but it's like, this is actually a question I wrote while playing the game before it was revealed. It was, is Gooey sentient? But that is answered within the game itself.
Yeah. I think I have something to add on. In the video, you were like trying to figure out how sentient. I think you said like, what you said is like, I think Del Pickle is less sentient than the others. I'd say he's more sentient.
More sentient?
Maybe, like, kind of. Yeah. Because he knows he's a maybe not more sentient, but more knowing, since he knows he's a video game character, since he got like trapped and all that.
Okay, so I have 3 questions that have been asked either by other people or I just found, I guess, on like TikTok or YouTube. So, will Gooey ever go to space?
I remember this one. This was a really interesting one because it's kind of random.
Yeah,
But
it is.
I like it though. Hypothetically, yeah, he could, because it kind of has like the same solar system as we do. But like in a future game, probably not.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll ever go to space, but he could if he wanted to.
There's an idea for anyone who wants to make like
Yeah.
fanfic comics. Gooey goes to space.
Yeah, it would have to. They don't have the technology to do it yet, though, and they might not even know that they're in space.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could if they figured it out.
Gravity starts to become a little lower the higher up you go as well. So
Yeah.
they've been close to space technically. The clouds are really low gravity.
Yeah.
Either that or the Earth is like completely different
Yeah,
gravity-wise.
just messed up.
Because I mean, goo is literally standing up and
Yeah.
moving on. So
I also wonder how their bodies would change in space.
Yeah.
If they're like not a, because they're not a liquid, but they're not a solid. I wouldn't say they're a solid. Because like if they existed in our world, you could just like punch them and go straight through them.
yeah,
Like your whole hand just go straight through them. So I wonder if they would become, because you know how like water in space becomes more rounded.
yeah.
More ideas
Mhm.
for any fan fiction.
Yeah.
Or like fan art or anything.
Either that or it just spreads out and it's like that unsentient goo. And
Yeah, they
which
just
is now
they
hot
just
dogs.
die
Yeah,
and like spread out.
it'd be terrible.
Yeah, that'd be sad.
It'd be really interesting though. If instead of like a full space outfit, they just needed the helmet. In the helmet,
Yeah, the helmet, our equivalent of a helmet is just enough for them to
just round out.
fit in. It probably would be.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting. Second question here. Will there ever be another character or creature introduced into the game? I don't know what they originally meant by this question, but
Yeah.
I think
Neither
they
do
meant
I.
like another Del Pickle of sorts.
Yeah, like another species.
Mhm.
Probably not. Again, hypothetically, there could be. In some way, like maybe a new species evolves from something, or like if Del Pickle was still alive, he could make another species of those things.
Yeah.
But with my only planned game being a 3D Gooey game in the future, I don't think there's any plans for a new creature.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And do you think that 3D Gooey game will have a different story going into it, or would it be like a remake of Game 1 or Game 2 with 3D as a feature?
I don't think there'd be any story. I think it'd just be gameplay focused.
Yeah.
It'll probably be my first 3D game. So, no story though.
Yeah.
Unless I change my mind. Alright, maybe what I'll do is like, because it'll be a small game.
Yeah.
Probably just like one area, but like a really big open world area. So like just run around and explore in and just collect things. Maybe just have that, and then if people really like it, make a full version of it.
Yeah.
And then maybe have story. It'd be simple though. It wouldn't be like the second game.
It'll be sounds like it's kind of more of a demo to test out how 3D game development goes.
Yeah. And then if people like it and I like it, I could continue, add more gameplay stuff.
Yeah.
But probably not a story. Unless I think about it more and have an idea for a story.
Yeah. Okay. Last question that is on here is, was Gooey 2 difficult to make?
Overall, no. I think, like, initially, I didn't give myself enough mechanics to work with to make enough levels. So there was a while when doing the desert area where I didn't have the quicksand in mind, I didn't have the sandstorm in mind, so I was just using the same mechanics from the previous that I've already introduced at that point. And so I didn't have enough to make another 15 rooms.
Yeah.
And so I got stuck for a really long time. And then I went to counseling and was telling my counselor about it. And they basically just said, like, you could add like quicksand maybe. And then from there I thought about the sandstorm and then added that. And then I had enough. And from there, development is very quick.
Yeah.
It was pretty slow for a while and then it stopped because I didn't have my videos. And then it really sped up after I had enough. But overall, it wasn't difficult to create.
Yeah. Do you think Gooey 2 was harder to create than Gooey 1 since there's a lot more going into it?
It was definitely more difficult to create. But like, with everything surrounding the development of it, I wouldn't really classify it as more difficult.
Yeah.
Just a longer process. And more care had to be put into it.
Yeah. That's interesting. And do you have any projects you're working on YouTube or TikTok currently?
Nothing for TikTok. I'm working just on it, what I already kind of mentioned briefly, which is a devlog for Gooey 2. I was going to do it while making the game, like I normally would, but I knew the game was going to take long enough, and so I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a devlog on top of it. But now I'm a bit, I guess, burnt out on game development. So I'm focusing on just doing a video about it. And then I have a couple other ideas for game design videos, because that's really what I want to start doing. And then doing game development as well. So mainly I'm just starting to want to put more effort into my YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on right now. And then I think I might, just for myself, start doing more art. Like I did. I made one yesterday. You can put it up on screen if you want to.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll post it anywhere though.
Okay.
But just for myself, I'm doing that because it's fun. It takes time. But that's pretty much it.
Is there anything else you wanted to say or just share before the video's over?
Check out my YouTube channel, and there's only like 4 YouTube shorts I did from the development of the level editor game. That was horrible. I hated doing that. I was working like every day on either a video or the game, which the game was fine, but doing the videos, those were really, they took longer than they should have to edit. So I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. But I do like doing just the general video, like essay sort of thing. Like half video essay, half devlog, or like game analysis. So I'm going to start doing those, hopefully. No promise on a good upload schedule, like at all, because ideas don't come to me easily enough for me to do that. But the first one should be soon. But it's not up yet.
Yeah.
It's not even edited. Or voiced over.
Yeah, I was about to say, as we're recording this, it's not even recorded yet.
Yeah. It might in like an hour though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be a while. It won't be that much. Don't listen to me.
Okay.
I used the wrong words.
And when this video comes out, it'll most likely be Thursday this week. So.
Oh, Thursday.
Yeah, I'm not going to have like a consistent schedule, but Thursday's been a decent one so far.
Yeah.
For the Minecraft at least.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. They do pretty good. Yeah. Maybe by Thursday I'll have it mostly done. So you definitely won't have to wait long. And then after that, my idea is to do, I don't want to be a Deltarune channel. I'm going to say that in the video. But my first idea outside of my own games for a video is, recently on like Twitter, people have been talking about the game design of Deltarune and how a lot of people don't think it's the best compared to like Undertale.
Yeah.
So I want to do a video dissecting that and maybe giving my own opinion on it, but I just have to form an opinion on it first if I want to do that, or it might just be a video going over things I like and or things other people like and dislike. I don't know. Either way, that'll be my first video idea outside of my own.
I think we're good. Nothing else?
No.
All right.
I'm glad you decided to do this because it was very fun.
Yeah. I've had fun. I've done 3 things on the similar script. 2 of them's been uploaded. I did one with my sister where we stayed up until basically 3 a.m. in the morning. We were like sleep deprived, and we just talked. And it was just, it's terrible. But if you want something that makes no sense, that's kind of funny, I recommend it. It's still up on my channel. It was meant to be a continued series, but neither me or my sister was willing to stay up that long just to do another video like that. But it's probably one of my favorites that isn't that edited. And then another one, I interviewed one of my teachers for a school project. And then this one is my third attempt at it, which is more...
This one's gone well.
It did, yeah. It's more of the second type of video than the first one, because the first one we had no script.
Yeah.
This one we had more of a basic
general idea.
Yeah, general idea of what it is. So,
yeah.
I think it's good.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that, like, surrounding the development of the game that I don't get to talk about in a way that it gets put somewhere online for anyone who wants to, like, hear about it. Because in the comments of your videos playing it, it's like I can only bring up so much.
Yeah.
While keeping it within the context of the video, I guess. But here it's like I think I might have said a few things that I don't even talk about in the devlog.
Yeah.
Just like the stuff resembling like the really non-important rules of the world.
Yeah.
That refers to a couple things.
It really does.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like stuff I don't even tell like people who ask because they don't. I'm not sure why anyone would ask me how they have children.
Yeah. With I don't even, to be completely honest, I don't think I even asked that.
Yeah. I don't know how we got
there. You came up with that.
It had to have related some way. We got somewhere to where it made sense to bring up.
Yeah. I don't know how. I'll have to go over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I promise. Maybe it makes sense.
I hope. I really hope we didn't just talk about how Goolings reproduce for no reason.
Yeah. I hope this isn't like someone's first introduction to me.
It might, but also it may not be,
Yeah.
because it's talking about one of your games, so unless someone just got curious what Gooey was.
Yeah. Maybe it's a good one though, I don't know.
Yeah. So thanks for coming to B1T. I hope that video was enjoyable. If you enjoyed the video, you can check out his channel, which will be linked in the description. I think it's on YouTube, it's just Bit Games, right?
Should be.
Okay.
It
So
might just be Bit. I don't know.
I thought that was your TikTok.
Well, okay. The handle is Bit Games, but the display name is just Bit.
Okay.
But
either way, the video will be, or the channel will be linked in the description, so it'll be easy to find, hopefully.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is the only type of video that I have directly like this one. So I don't think you're going to get much more of this type of video, because I don't just go out interviewing people. But if you want something that's similar to this, but also way different, I recommend the small podcast demo episode I did with my sister. That is just completely chaos. Like, there's no coherency in any of the stuff we said. But I think it'd be fun to watch if you like this type of stuff. Thanks for watching, and until next time, bye.